Hi everybody, it's David Fleming here from the Toronto Realty blog, and today I wanted to talk about a deal breaker with respect to a right-of-way. Now, a right-of-way, as you might expect from the title, is a right that one property owner has to go over top of another property owner's property for whatever reason. There's a lot of easements and right-of-ways. For example, Bell Canada, they're allowed to go through your backyard to access telephone wires. So there are a lot of these, and they're very commonplace. But a situation I encountered last week with a couple of buyer clients was an absolute deal breaker. My clients were lawyers, so they're the last people in the world that were going to take this on. Now what this is a legal can of worms in the future. It is something that you have to say to yourself, do I want to expose myself to risk down the line? Now take a look at this graphic. Okay, this graphic shows the two houses. They're semi-detached houses, and the driveway is to the house on the right, which we will call house number 2. Now, dating back to the 30s or 40s, the right-of-way shows as follows. House number 1 on the left is allowed to go through the mutual driveway to park all the way at the back of house number 2. Okay? That is their legal right as per the right-of-way. Now, that probably hasn't taken place for a long, long time because, as you would assume, cooler heads have prevailed, better ideas have taken place, and an informal handshake agreement was written whereby house number 1 was allowed to park their car on the right side of house number 2's driveway. House number 2 would then park on the left side. You can see here we're using the 2 different cars. So the problem is as follows. What if house number 1, for whatever reason, said, you know what, I want to use my right-of-way. What would happen? Well, take a look at the graphic. Now, house number 1's car says, I'm going to drive up the right-of-way. I'm going to drive through your backyard. I'm going to drive over your fence, or get rid of your fence. I'm going to drive through your vegetable garden, or get rid of it. Tell your kids to get out of the way, move their climber, and I'm just going to neatly tuck my car in right here, as is my right, as per the survey, and as per the Land Registry system. Could that happen? Yes. Is it likely to happen? I certainly hope not. But the problem here is that it could. And this is going to be present for as long as this undocumented handshake agreement is in place. And that's all it really is. So now, what if somebody bought house number 2 and they looked at this and they said, why is house number 1 parking here? And house number 2 said, bang, get out of here. I'm going to park my giant Hummer here, or I'm going to get a second car, or we're really green friendly, so we're going to have 4 bicycles right here. Well, guess what? They could theoretically do that. And then house number 1 says, guess what? I'm driving up through your backyard and into my parking space. So you have to be friendly with your neighbors, obviously, but you also have to protect yourself. You're looking at $1 million asset here, and this is a potential can of worms down the line. Would I sell this to somebody? Probably not, to be perfectly honest with you. At this price point, you have to make sure that everything is looked after. And this is, it's just like an open wound that you've put a Band-Aid on for now, and a great Band-Aid, and it's been lasting for how many years now? But personally, and looking at my clients who are both lawyers, there was no way the 3 of us were going to take this on. You have to decide for yourself. Everyone's different. Everyone's got a different risk tolerance. I don't think there's a huge amount of risk here, but it's still not something that I would advise.